clergy, administration, faculty, family, friends, and fellow alumni of the class of 2019. Complacency. One of the first words we heard at Xaverian. On September 7, 2015, we sat in the auditorium seats with a faculty we didn't know standing before us. I could feel the apprehension and discomfort rise in the room till Deacon Mack started to deliver a speech I would never forget. He said the ultimate downfall of an organization is complacency. He said complacency is that urge to become comfortable with our situations, to settle for our failures, to submit to the hardships that surround us every day. He said when we become complacent, we can never succeed. Initially, I really didn't know what he meant. But it's only today that I truly understand that message completely. Now, we all came in as freshmen with these goals, a little unsure of ourselves, but as a tremendous pool of potential, ready to leave our mark on the Xaverian legacy. Our high school experience as freshmen contrasted dramatically to our junior or senior experience. Our school has evolved the most it has ever in its history throughout our 4 years. We've seen the colors of the hallways change at least 5 times. We witnessed the Tech Center and the Mattis Hall turn into Genesis Middle School. We've seen the old blue locker rooms turn into beige. We've seen the bookstore remodeled into an upgraded campus ministry. We've seen the art annex turn into Alumni Hall. We've seen Edmodo turn into the harbor. We've seen the rules of dress code change from Under Armour to Land's End. And finally, we've seen the cafeteria vending machine prices rise. But the Xaverian change wasn't only physical. The Xaverian we came into is definitely not the same Xaverian we're leaving. As a class, the last of its kind, we have helped redefine the standards of this family. Standards that now require more determination, more prestige, and more resilience from every person. We help shape a new Xaverian by persisting to be the best version of ourselves in everything we do. In our relentless studying through those sleepless nights of stress, in the sweat and the pain of those grueling and exhausting practices under the blazing sun, in those long, nerve-wracking hours anticipating performance in concerts and tournaments, and in every other act inherent in all the talents of everyone in this room. As we approach the end of an era, we've not only left our mark on the Xaverian legacy, but we created our own. We built ourselves into the best and last brotherhood that will ever pass through Xaverian. We've accomplished this because we refused to become complacent. Because we did not break in the midst of discouragement. Because we always strive to be more, despite the obstacles of adversity that we all carry every day in our lives. Xaverian has been and will always be an invitation to rise beyond the limitations of our situations and beyond the limitations we put on ourselves. For me, my high school years were the hardest years of my life. They were the years when I was tested. Years when my perception of who I was pushed to the limit. In those times when I failed, when I was surrounded with family sickness and tragedy, when I questioned my ability to go on, when I felt all alone. My Xaverian brothers, my Xaverian family were there for me to fall back on. They were there to motivate me, and they were there to remind me of who I am. After today, here, meet new people, and be in a new environment, it'll be easy to lose sight of our goals, and it'll be easy to lose sight of ourselves. There will be hard times ahead, when you are tested, when you feel all alone. It is in these times when it's especially important to remember who we are, where we came from, the morals that build us, and more crucially, the hope Severian taught us to have. On a beautiful day like today, where all worries seem to be invisible, remember the people that stand beside you right now. These are the people who made us who we are. Reminiscing on the past 4 years, I know may seem to be the end, but nothing is precious because it lasts. Something is extraordinary because it has an end, because there's a point we know it will finish. We have all built unbelievable memories, whether it be the repeated morning greetings from Mr. Sharab, those lectures in the hallways from Mr. Ward to remove our earbuds and our sweatshirts, the car announcements from Mr. DiFilippo, the daily hallway conversations with Mr. Fro, those freshman scratch courses with Mrs. Spence, Deacon Max screaming at the top of his lungs, Carpe Diem the first day of high school, the homecoming games, the spirit weeks, the student versus teacher basketball games, the freshman lip sync battles on Spirit Day with Mr. Lindstrom dressed up as Spider-Man, the way-out games, that day they gave away all the stuff at the tech center, the Kairos treats, the homeroom milk and cookies they gave us on Christmas, the first comfortable Severian desk everyone sat in outside the cafeteria junior year, how good the cookies taste when they're freshly baked, the Whoppers, the Chipotle mayo, junior prom on the boat when everyone got sick, the morning commutes to that home on 71st Street, that repeated line every morning, we are Severian. And most memorably, those times where we failed, but overcame. All these memories have defined us, and we will carry them and a piece of each other into wherever we go next, to remind ourselves of who we are and the home Severian gave us. The home we must never forget. Let us leave today with this lesson. Never become complacent. The greatest accomplishment is making reality of that goal you have fought for your whole life. Knowing that we stood up with every possibility opposing us. That we held our vision when people blindfolded us. That when there was no hope to fall on and no rock to stand on, we built our own. Thank you.